we're going on a canoe trip. Come along with us. Hey, it's Jonas from Classic Outdoors, and today we're dreaming about paddling. We're going to show you some cool little hacks that you can do to help outfit your boat to make it adventure ready. Looking forward to showing it to you. We've got bumpers on the front and the rear of all of our vehicles. Canoes, and we put skid plates on them. A skid plate is a Kevlar felt that we epoxy to the hull. This one here is color matched, so we actually take and impregnate that color into the epoxy, and it gives us a beautiful long-lasting green color as we're wearing it down, and it also provides that great protection from when we're rubbing up on shore or hitting rocks. A bowline is one of the most essential knots that you'll ever use while you're paddling. It's easy to tie and easy to undo. We stick that to the end of our boats. There's different strategies for this. We've got a nice eye bolt on this canoe. It makes it really easy. And you can stick your painters on your canoe, and then you've got your cordage there. So if you fall in the water, you don't swim your canoe to shore, you swim in your rope to shore. Got some shock cord here that's just mounted to the deck plate of this canoe. Easy to slip your cordage underneath and easy to slip it out again. If you're lining along some rapids and you're going upstream, you're not feeling comfortable to paddle, but you don't feel like unpacking everything, hop out of your canoe, walk on shore or in the shallow water, and ferry your boat up. I'm gonna sound like a school teacher for a minute. I can't stress the importance of not having loose line or rope in a canoe ever. If you ever tip and this line becomes wrapped around your person and that canoe decides it's taken off, you're in big trouble. So that's why we want to have our painters nicely tied up or tidied up, keeping us good and safe on the water. Neat little item that I had a canoe instructor show me how to keep his rope. He takes a little bunny ear through here. Works for your extension cords too. Loop it over the top, pull it tight, and it never gets tangled. It's awesome. Paddling in a canoe for endless hours. Sometimes we're sitting, sometimes we're kneeling. Knee pads are just an absolute must. They keep our knees so nice and happy. They're also a little bit warmer, and they keep us out of that little bit of moisture that builds up in the bottom of the canoe. Love having our knee pads. These ones are stuck in with some self-adhesive that's included with the knee pads. And then of course, you can easily move into this position when you get to a more comfortable part of the trip. For when we're off the water, if we're doing any portaging at all, a contoured yoke is an absolute must. So Novacraft, Swift, lots of good Canadian canoe manufacturers build beautiful contoured carrying yokes. You can also add, in addition, a yoke pad. Level 6 makes a beautiful yoke pad that attaches to your yoke simply, gives you a lot of added comfort. So if you're portaging any distance that's over 250 meters, it's going to be a must. Absolutely saves your shoulders, keeps that canoe nice and tight on your shoulders. Being out on the water, oftentimes we're paddling with other people, sometimes we're not even, but we'll all of a sudden come upon somebody that's going to need a little help. It's a very good idea to have a throw bag with you. You can have something that's a nice padded bag that's going to give you 50 feet of floating line, and inside of there you're going to reach, you're going to have a loop to hold on to, then you're going to sight your target and you're going to toss this bag over to them, and it's going to be kind of like your little rescue buoy that you see on a lot of ocean liners or ships and whatnot. This is going to also give you some assistance if you're going to want to pull your boat to shore. They also double really good as a clothesline hanger when you fall in the water and need to dry things off. Northwater builds something called a 4-bailer. It's awesome. You've got a little bit of a bailing bucket, but keep it real. This is a canoe. You get water inside, you tip it upside down. But it passes as all of the safety equipment you need in Canada. So you've got your bailer bucket, you've got your 50 feet of floating line. On the rear here we have a safety whistle, a nice little clip so you can attach it anywhere on your thwarts or your yokes or your seat on your canoe. And then it's got your reflective characteristic. In this canoe is the Novacraft Pal. It's in aramid light, and I love this canoe. Whether you're solo paddling, tandem paddling, it's not the best for long-term tripping because it's small, but it's amazing for just light 2-3 day adventuring, and to carry it, paddle it empty, taking it fishing. I love the Novacraft Pal. GCI brought to us the canoe seat, and it's a very simple piece that you can have. It fastens onto your seat with 2 little clips underneath. It gives you a little added padding, gives you a little bit of back support, I personally don't paddle with one, but I have a lot of customers that wouldn't go without it. So you've got a little portage lock on the side, so when you're carrying your boat upside down in the portage mode, the backrest isn't flipping down. It also doubles as an excellent stadium seat if you're wanting to take it to the football game. A nice little shoulder strap there. Little snack bag holder on the back where you can put a tackle box or just little snacks. Awesome seat, thanks GCI. And back to the knee pads. So many different ideas for knee pads. Some people like to have a removable knee pad. We get these from Swift. They're a bit of a neoprene cover on here. They've got really nice closed cell foam inside. It's drainable, so they're vented. And also a nice little handle to carry. You can also use this as a bit of a seat or a mat while you're on shore. And these are quite nice. I like these. From Northwater and lots of other companies, they offer more of a wedge system for your knee pads. So you can build that and then you can set up some actual knee pads so you're locked into your canoe. Going to give you a lot better bracing. For just regular paddling, I really like these. They stick in, they're always there. They stand the test of time. So we've seen them 10 years old, still in great shape. When we do install these, we trace around them, of course, we sand it up a little bit. Then we'll take Vinyl Tech 2000, and we'll just put a light layer of that on there, let it gas off for a few minutes, and then we'll stick down that knee pad, which has that 3M backing on it. So it's in there for a good lifetime. No matter what you're doing, knee pads are just amazing. And pick which one you like, put it in your canoe, you'll never be sorry. While we're paddling on lakes, and there's motorboats and different things traveling around us, it's really important to keep ourselves visible. A canoe and the paddlers in it just totally blend in. So if there's some guys driving Sea-Doos or pulling some tubers, you want to make sure that they can see you. So it might be a bright life jacket, it might be a reflective characteristic that you just put on your arm or something, but have something so those people can see you. While we're paddling in a canoe, oftentimes we need to switch out our paddle. We might be moving from flat water and using a really fast bent shaft, or heading into an area where we just need a different style of a blade, or maybe our paddle breaks. Northwater's got this nice little paddle gripper here, mounts to a thwart in your canoe, pop it off, and now you've got your additional paddle. What I like about this is you don't have a paddle that's just flopping around in your canoe. It's somewhat contained, so that way it's safe and it doesn't fall out when you all of a sudden get a little bit excited and you're taking a picture and the boat rocks just a little bit. But just having a little item like that, holding your paddle, nice and easy to get to, easy to remove. You can have it in an instant. It's an awesome feature. In packing our canoes, a lot of times we like to be able to kind of lash in our gear. That way if we would tip, or if our boat fills up with water or anything happens, our gear is nice and secured. We do that with D-rings. You can typically buy these in 1-inch or 2-inch. I like the 2-inch D-rings because it's easier to get your fingers in there and run your cordage, and it just gives a little bit more flexibility. So you'll slip your backpack in. Always a good idea to have your straps, if you're using a backpack, straps facing up. That way they stay nice and dry. And then you will execute, and you can do all sorts of different types of knots here or whatever you'd like. Some people like bungees and rubber ends because they give a little bit. I typically prefer to use rope, and you could just fasten it right on there. So let's say you've got two 60-liter barrels. You can put those side by side and lash those in there, and then stick a pack right side by side here. Right now we have a 90-liter backpack in our canoe. Simple lacing process, just like what you would do with your shoes. If you are using rope and you're wanting to really snug it up, which is probably not likely that you'd need to, but if you're wanting to, you can just put in a little trucker's hitch on there like that, and now you've got a lever, or a pulley rather, and you can really get that down. Got a slip knot on there so that way it's nice and easy to take out when I get to the portage, and away we go. It's awesome. One of my favorite things about canoeing is I can go where the fish are. Nobody can get there with a motorboat, and the fishing is always amazing. Scotty's got a cool gunnel mount that you can put on a thwart, or you can hook it on the side of your gunnel, and you can mount a variety of fishing rod holders on there. What's kind of nice about this is it gets that fishing rod out from beside you, and I've fished often with a rod right by my leg, and you just kind of sandwich it in there. This gets that out of your way, and you've got a nice place where you can get a hold of your hook. Your line is nice and high, also out of the path of your paddle. Another deal, they've got a cup holder on there, and I know of a lot of people that can't hardly go anywhere without a bottle of water. So you're gonna mount this on there. This has also got little hangers on there where you can put, say, your fishing hooks. You could have a GPS, say, tied onto there. So it's also multifunctional from that standpoint. So great little option right here that you can stick right in front of you. Another time I was out fishing with my boat, it was a Keewaydin 15 from Swift, and I had Scotty's dashboard right here. I had my map on there, you put your sandwich on there, you have your pliers hanging from there. It's just a great little working surface that's right in front of you, well enough out of the way, but real convenient when you want to have something right at hand. Awesome option. And of course, the most important outfitting that you can have when you're going on a trip is an epic paddling partner. Somebody that doesn't whine, somebody that doesn't cry, just somebody that likes getting wet, working hard, and doing crazy things like walking miles with heavy backpacks on them. Make sure you find a good paddling partner. Thanks for joining us today. We went over just some real basic outfitting that you can do that'll help make your canoe adventure a little bit more fun. We look forward to paddling with you next time. You have a great day.